Hi, welcome. Come on in. Enter this vibe. Enter, this experience, the Zariana experience. So the original idea for this was to do a podcast. This can somewhat maybe be a podcast, but it's really just a YouTube video. The purpose of this was to share my experience, of course, but to, connect with new people, connect with people that I already know, introduce you guys to some new people, get some other insights and wisdom and just personal experiences from other people, collaborate, just really further expand on my purpose. That is really the reason why this idea came to mind. So here we are. So how I would like to start off, my friend Lashante, she asked me which zodiac sign do I feel most out of the big three, out of my sun, my moon, my rising, which sign do I feel most? And I feel certain signs come out at different times in different environments, but recently I've really been feeling like my sun sign. I am a Scorpio, and I've just some qualities about Scorpios that I love, that I just have been certain themes about my life. I just turned 24 on November 16th, and I am really appreciating this journey. I have now started this journey of, really growing into my womanhood, and I can really see my Scorpio side just shine during this moment and experience of my life. And I guess maybe it was always shining because that is my sun sign, but I love her. My Scorpio energy, she is just such a vibe. She's such a joy. She's so creative and passionate. She's intense and fiery, but also watery at the same time. She's mysterious and intuitive. Ooh, she is that girl. She is that girl. And that's how I want to start this off. And I believe once I have guests on my show, I'm gonna always start off with that question, ask them what their signs are, if they want to share, and then ask okay, well, what sign do you feel most? And if you feel all of them, what sign have you been feeling the most recently, and why? So to get into the next segment, I want to talk about my spiritual journey. I really don't like to use the term spiritual anymore because now that it's trending and it's popular and it's all over social media, I just feel I don't hold value to that word anymore. But for marketing purposes and things, I'm going to talk about my spiritual journey. So in this moment in my life now, I was for certain that the healing part, the difficult, challenging, yes, we're healing, yes, we're learning these things, we're growing, it's challenging, but we're doing it. I thought in my head that part had already come to that cycle. We had flowed through that experience. We had moved on from there. It was going to be a new level. I'm on a new level. I am on a new level, but I'm realizing and understanding and learning that the healing, the growing, the personal development and things of that nature, it does not end. It's ongoing. It's forever. We're gonna be on you're gonna be on this journey forever. Yeah, and I'm realizing that, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. It's just now I'm also experiencing challenges in life, and maybe that's what life is about, overcoming things. Life is just for you to experience, and this is just a part of the experience. But back to the topic. The topic was, sorry, I gotta check my notes. I'd be so into what I'm talking about. Now that I'm being my authentic self, I'm moving through these spaces. Yes, okay, so I'm pretty sure that when I started this YouTube channel, that was really the start of my spiritual journey. And you can go back to my old videos and you will be able to see the growth that I had experienced over that time. And before, I was not my authentic self. It was difficult for me to be my authentic self in spaces. The reason why I believe that was difficult for me, because I had a fear of judgment. I had a fear of not fitting in. I had a fear of abandonment. Like, I don't know, I just had all these fears of being myself was not good enough. But into my adult years, and I really came into myself during college, during my young adult years, I realized that being my authentic self is the only way to live my life. There's no other way. That's the only way, period, point blank, and that's it. But now I'm my true authentic self in these spaces, in these environments, when I have interactions with people. And sometimes my authentic self, it don't rub people the right way, or sometimes my vibe, just my own natural, raw, authentic vibe does not vibe with someone else in that way. And I have to be okay with things like that. And I have to be okay with, okay, I'm in my authentic self. I still have these feelings and these emotions. I get angry, I get sad, I get frustrated, I be upset sometimes, I get, you know, there's all these things, but staying true to my authentic self is key for me. Back to my notes. What are we talking about, G? What are we talking about, my dog? I told life, or I showed life, or to me in my head, I'm thinking, since I had gone through the hard part of healing, I have all the tools, I'm equipped with everything that I need to know, the knowledge, the wisdom, the experience to receive the things that I'm desiring. I'm ready, bring it to me. I deserve it, right? And life is really like, okay, show me. Oh, you ready? Oh, you got the tools? Oh, you got the keys, the wisdom? You got all that? Okay, let me see you do that. Let me see. Life, you want me to show you? Like, and how can I explain this? How that comes up is like, okay, I'm being my authentic self in these spaces. I'm staying true to my authentic self always, but that's not easy because I have this duality about me. That kind of might give you a hint to my moon sign. I have this duality about me. What's been challenging is finding balance, okay? Because on one hand, I'm this very sweet, caring, you know, sensitive individual, and on the other hand, I'm very fiery. I might have a little attitude. My face might not look the friendliest. The words that come out my mouth and my tone may not be the friendliest either. But they're both me, and they're both true to my authentic self. And yes, I'm navigating through these new spaces as this new me. And it's a level of, I guess I'm saying all this to say, yes, now that I'm my new, it's not new, it's my authentic self. But now that I'm my new self in these new spaces, navigating through that, staying true to me, but also remembering that, like, I might not rub the right way with everybody. Everybody might not be for me. I might not be for everybody. Being okay with that, learning and growing. I'm really doing my best to get to the point of, like, my spiritual journey, but you know what? Maybe it's not even something that I could really fully put into words right now because I'm still experiencing it. So it's not like I am reflecting on my spiritual journey. I'm talking about things that's going on right now. Like, every day, every encounter, every experience feels like a test. It feels like it's testing me, like, okay, life is going to bring me something that's going to cause me some sort of, like, heartbreak, bitch, okay? Another one. At this point, nah, I'm about to say at this point I'm over it, but I'm not. Okay, back on topic. Yes, it feels like every encounter, every experience is a test for me, right? I'm passing the test every time, or at least I'm doing my best. It's like, okay, now with the knowledge, the wisdom, the tools, the things that we have learned from this previous, you know, stage of my life that was mainly focused on healing, growing out of old habits and old ways, and, you know, really building a new version of myself. Being in this space is uncomfortable for me because it's new. I just have to really get used to it. Like, I just have to get used to just being authentically me. And I feel that life is like, okay, well, once you show me, and once we see, or once, you know what I mean. Once you show me, and once we see that, oh, you do actually have everything that you need. Oh, you did learn those tests. Oh, you did pass that quiz that we sent you. You did, huh? You deserve something more, because now we know that you're ready. Now that we know that you're ready for the next stage, the next chapter, let me just open the doors for you. Let me give you the keys. You can step right into these new opportunities. Yeah, and that's where I'm at in my spiritual journey right now. Life is just making sure that I know the things that life is just making sure that I know the things that I've been studying for, that I've been working on, okay? I'm at like a midterm, or it's like one of the grand finales of this chapter, you know? So I was talking to one of my friends today, and we were just talking about how life is kind of like a video game. Like, you know, in those like exploring video games where you take the character around, you're scavenging for resources, you go back to your home base and you create tools, you level up your character, you might change your clothes, you might, you know, eat, fill up your energy and things like that. In video games, right? You're the character. You are controlling the character. And then you are going through these certain stages. So you have like the kind of easy, whatever kind of stages. And then you have maybe like, you know, your middle bosses that you got to kind of put more time and energy into defeating those. And then that's preparing you for the big boss, the head honcho, which you might have to start that over. You might not pass the first time. You got to do it again. You might not have to go back to previous stages to gather some more resources, to take some more tools and things and level up some more, then head back to the boss. Well, I feel like this is how I feel. But I may be wrong, because I thought in the last stage that was the big boss. So at this stage right now, I'm still thinking this got to be the big boss, right? Because this is what's difficult. I thought my last stage of healing was difficult. Nah, bae. I don't know what I was thinking, but compared to the things that I'm experiencing now, I'm just putting to play everything that I've been intentionally healing and growing out of. I'm putting that into action, into motion. Like, okay, I know these things. Let's put them to work. Let me be about it. But that's difficult. And this is also something that I realized. I realized that I have done so much more growing and healing than I give myself credit to. Like, something happened yesterday, and it was a situation that I walked away from, that I realized, like, oh, you know what? I actually don't want that in my life. I actually want something that's going to be serving to my highest self, that's going to be pouring in, you know, positive energy rather than taking away from me. And I made that decision for myself, staying true to my authentic self and knowing that that my value, that the things that I desire, that the things that I deserve is way greater than that experience. Pat on the motherfucking back for me, ho, because that made me realize, like, okay, we are getting somewhere. Sometimes I'm too hard on many times, often. I'm often very hard on myself, and I don't give myself enough credit at all. And I want things to be perfect, and if I'm not perfect, it's not good enough. But then that takes away from all this progress that I've made. Oh man, have I made major progress, because with that experience, if that was the version of myself that entered college, it would have been bad. It would have looked very bad for me, and I would have been suffering, and it would have been painful for me. But this Ariana, this one, this healed, this more, you know, emotionally mindful and authentic and very true to myself Zariana said, I had to hit him with the And you gotta say to a whole lot of things in life. Like, literally many different things you gotta say to. I want to buy me frozen cookies today. I want to text that nigga today. No. The woman that I have grown into today, wow, like that experience was really a wake-up call for me. I said, oh, Zariana, okay, we are making progress. We have healed. We are this new version of ourselves. Did we forget? So with that being said, yes. Yeah, I've done so much growing and I'm proud of myself. And that makes me even more confident to share my journey up here, because I'm realizing like I'm at this more elevated point than I was before. And there are people who aren't even aware of these tools or aware of the way that they have power over their emotions and their mindset and their actions. Like, because I didn't once before. Once before I was not mindful. I didn't practice mindfulness. I didn't practice being my authentic self. I didn't practice, you know, really processing my emotions. None of that was incorporated into my life whatsoever. And now as this version of myself, knowing that those things are necessary, having this other knowledge of, you know, really just leveling up and elevating and vibrating higher, it's necessary for me to share, and I have to, because we did not go through that journey like that to not share. Sharing is caring. I'm pretty sure it's a lot of people out there that needs this wisdom, that needs this encouragement. And really, honestly, I'm pretty sure I said this in one of my other videos, but everything that I do is for my inner child, because she deserves so much love, so much support. She deserves the world. She deserves anything she wants and more. And I'm giving that to her in every way that I possibly can. And I show up for her, and I show her that I love her and I got her back no matter what. And I think to myself, like, if I had me in my life when I was younger, my life would have been drastically different. And the cool part about it is that I still can be that person that I needed when I was younger for other people out there, for other children. And I'm not talking about actual children. I'm literally talking about the inner child that's in you. Yeah. So that's the mission. That's kind of like, I guess, to sum up my spiritual journey. This is the first episode of my podcast. That's not really a podcast yet because it's a video, but here we are. And I'm feeling it and I'm loving it and I'm into it. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. And this is exciting. I am looking forward to this new stage, and I'm grateful. Oh my gosh, I want to leave a message for myself. Okay. Zariana, I am grateful for you. I'm grateful that you took the time out to learn you, to love you, to support you, to put yourself first. Because I know that journey was not at all in any way easy. And it, you know, still is not easy. It might be a little easier. But I'm grateful that you stuck to it. I'm grateful that you wanted better for yourself. That you knew that better was out there. That what you're desiring is out there. And I'm grateful that you're putting in the work that's necessary to achieve that. Man. And I'm grateful to continue to do that. And yeah, that's the message that I have for myself. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. May you receive the guidance, the support, the love, the patience, the grace that's necessary for you in your journey by those around you and yourself. And I wish you the best of luck on your journey. If you haven't already, be sure to follow me on my Instagram. I will leave it here. I am expanding my influence online. I'm building my brand. I'm working on expanding my business. So it's very supportive when you guys do things like follow me on my social media handles, comment down below, like this video, share this video. If something resonated with you in this video, share it with a friend. I'm here to share my journey, and through that my light touches people, and my light is healing, and it's encouraging, and it's just love. I am pure love. So spread the love if something in this video resonated with you. Or it's not a video, if something in this podcast resonated with you, And, you know, I'll see you guys in the next podcast. Maybe I'll have a special guest. We'll see. Or maybe not. I don't know. I don't really know how I'm going to go about it. But until then, keep doing great things. Keep giving yourself grace. And keep meditating. Keep doing your yoga. Keep journaling. Whatever helps you stay aligned and elevated, keep doing that shit. Okay? And I will see you guys on the next episode.